Joining me on Plain Speak this evening on our first debate is Siddharth Yadav of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Dolly Sharma of the Congress Party. Also with us is Mr. Javed Ansari, senior journalist, and with me in the studio is Professor Sangeet Ragi, who's a political analyst. Let me actually first begin with Dolly Sharma. Dolly, the reason that Rahul Gandhi has written the op-ed and the reason why he is receiving these kind of accusations of being the Chunavi Hindu has happened to him in the past as well, and yet it does not deter him from taking a sort of spiritual posturing on Hinduism, the religion. What makes him do that?
See, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. What a beautiful way to explain what Hinduism is all about. And very, very beautifully, Rahul Gandhi ji has explained that Hinduism is actually a way of life. There is love, connection, and immense happiness in the ocean, but there is also fear. Fear of death, hunger, failure, loss, as well as fear of pain. And the one who overcomes, is powerful enough to overcome all the fears is a Hindu.
Okay.
And I don't know why BJP is behaving like that. BJP actually thinks and behaves as if they are, the thekedars of Hindu. But actually it is not. How beautifully Rahul ji has explained Hindu is a way of life. So this is what Rahul Gandhi just said. Why they are creating unnecessarily chaos out of it.
Okay.
There's nothing they should, make. Actually, BJP needs something or the other to create chaos. And this is also one thing that they've come up with.
Okay.
And also, ma'am, Griha ji, you were telling us that here Congress lost, here Congress lost. Himachal we won, and there is 95.17% of Hindu population.
No, Dolly, what I did was only juxtapose the times that Rahul Gandhi has specifically made a statement. No, Dolly, I would like to reiterate here. When Rahul Gandhi had specifically made a statement, actually making him akin to the Hindu religion, and that also was a lot of controversy in these three instances that I actually noted out for our viewers. And one must also talk about how Mr. Antony had in fact advised the Congress party that just minority appeasement, sorry to use the word, is not really suiting the political party. They need to do something about the majority religion, the majority faith in the country also. I believe that will also be coming up in the course of this debate. But Mr. Siddharth Yadav, there was an accusation against the Bharatiya Janata Party. It continues. You'd like to respond to what Dolly said?
Absolutely, Griha. I think Madam Dolly is coming from a very good place, but she's unable to understand what the real issue is. It is surprising for the nation when Rahul Gandhi comes out and writes an article, or I don't know who writes it for him, but it's published under his name.
Yeah.
And he writes about Hinduism after months when Sanatan Dharma was abused by his allies, son of a chief minister, the constitutionally oath-taken minister of a state. And he does not write even a word. He does not express anything over the anguish. The title is very good, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. We all know we don't need Rahul Gandhi to explain this or any election Hindu to come out and explain this. But if he is explaining Satyam Shivam Sundaram, what has happened to the dengue, malaria, HIV and other diseases that the Sanatan Dharma in Hindu is called? And he is very conveniently ready to go into elections with those allies. He is very conveniently ready to sit in meetings, have a cup of tea, have some biscuits, discuss everything, but not utter a word. This is surprising. But when he spoke, when I was reading the article in the first instance, I was a little... Dolly, I did not interrupt.
Look at your standards.
Let him complete his point and you can come in. I will give you time to interject. You can make your points, make note of them, but please do not speak over the other speaker.
Yes. Please don't get agitated. Truth is sometimes very bitter. But Griha ji, when I was reading the article, I was a bit scared because I thought Rahul Gandhi is writing about Sanatan or Hindu. He might just abuse it. But then I remembered, and as you rightly said, that this is the election year. And definitely in the election year, Rahul Gandhi is a cutter Hindu. Because someone has told him, especially after 2014, that the appeasement politics won't work in this country. This country is now based on very strong civilizational
But
values.
Mr. Yadav, I'd
and we
still
have to
request you to
stand.
not actually base my introduction and going in a certain direction. That's not what it is meant to do. Let me actually bring in Mr. Ansari
No, I'm
also
not-
on this,
I'm
because
not-
I
I'm
really
not
want to
doing that, Reha.
understand.
I'm
I really want to
rightly
understand.
pointing
Siddharth.
out an example
Okay.
that you quoted.
Yeah.
And I'm quoting that
And that
example
is what
myself,
we
it's
are
not
putting
you,
up
it's
for
me.
debate, whether it is deliberately happening during the election season or, for that matter, it has happened right ahead of Gandhi Jayanti today, because he wrote that op-ed on the 1st of October leading up to the Gandhi Jayanti. So when it is about the lineage or from the political lineage that he comes from, the Gandhi-Nehru family, when a Mahatma Gandhi has in the past made a sort of political posturing, or even when he has been spiritual in writing things about the dharma or the Hindu dharma, even when Jawaharlal Nehru has written it, there was no such furor. Do you think it was not because it was not suiting the political posturing of the Bharatiya Janata Party back then, or the opposition back then when the Congress was in power? Why such a furor when Rahul Gandhi does it? Why do you think, Mr. Ansari, that happens?
Yeah, because religion then did not occupy the political center stage that it occupies now. I wanted to make a point. You had mentioned something about the Antony report.
Yes.
The Antony Committee report suggested that the Congress must make efforts, that the BJP has successfully tried to portray the Congress party as a party of the minorities. The Congress must make effort to try and undo that impression. He did not use the word appeasement, or that it should not only follow minority appeasement. That's a fact.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as far as why is Rahul Gandhi doing it, obviously he wants to counter the BJP's propaganda against him. He wants to blunt the BJP's attack on the question of religion. You can't be more Hindu than the BJP, but you can certainly blunt that criticism that Rahul Gandhi or the Congress party are anti-Hindu. He has been consistently trying to make the point, trying to draw a line between Hinduism and Hindutva. Hinduism, he wants to emphasize, is very different from Hindutva. Hindutva is all about majoritarianism. It's about muscular majoritarianism, while Hinduism is about inclusiveness, about accommodation, about allowing a thousand different flowers of 1,000 different colors to bloom. Now, how much of conviction he carries with the electorate remains to be seen. But this is an effort in that direction. The Congress party, used to be like that big banyan tree in which there were people right of center, left of center, centrist, etc., etc. And therefore, he wants to reposition that party. Whether he succeeds or not is a different story.
Okay.
But that's how I view that attempt.